welcome to the season finale of the GT3 round here from Donington in the UK. And tonight's race is going to be an absolutely epic battle. We've got 3 drivers in the hunt currently at the moment, vying it out to take the championship. Current track length here at Donington Park is 3.94 kilometers. And as always, I am James Parfitt and we're broadcast live on the UK Sim Racing Twitch channel and using iRacing, the world's premier simulator. So there you go, guys. We are coming to the end of the GT3 season. We're at the last one here in Donington. With last time out 2 weeks ago, we had James Armstrong winning race 1 and Nathan Foster winning race 2, and it was an absolute incredible race and definitely worth going back to watch it here on the Twitch channel. Now, as always, guys, we've got a follow goal of 400 followers. We are reaching the magic 400 mark, as MDS680 followed earlier on, and Jonathan Hitchin, welcome back into the UK Sim Racing community. Jonathan followed us 48 minutes ago, and much love to you. That takes us on to 392. We've got 8 more followers by the end of the broadcast. If we can get them, that would be absolutely incredible. Hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's had a great weekend. Mine has been full of drag racing on Saturday. No racing on Sunday, unfortunately, due to the bad weather. So I've travelled all the way back from Santapod and now get to be here for this season finale of the GT3 Round 6. Now, switching back over to the race screen, we will bring you up the race overlay at the moment. There you go. And also we will give you the current standings as it stands at this moment and time. Now there you go, on the bottom right hand corner you can see James Armstrong is winning by 204 points. Yanis Olber is only 2 points back on 202, and Cy Anthony is only 6 points back on 198. Now hopefully, guys, I will say hopefully this will work, because we have in testing it all worked fine, but we have spotted there may be a little issue with this overlay that's been put together. SDK may all of a sudden decided that it doesn't like something within the overlay, so we are going to try and keep you up to date with the standards and have them on the screen all the while. But obviously if it causes us any issues, we will switch SDK files, and I will manually update you as it's going along. Okay, so Donington Park, well, it's 12 corners. It's with the S's and the Melbourne hairpin in it. It's not in its normal configuration where at the S's you go right and then left onto the start-finish straight. There is that extra little bit of turn 9, 10 and 11, which leads us into the S's going left, then right, then Melbourne hairpin, then Goddard's. Okay, so stay on board now. As you can see here, this is on board for Tyson Milano. He is going down into Melbourne now at this very moment in time, before we head right round the Melbourne hairpin and then up to the left-hander. That is Goddard's. Here we go, blind left-hander. You cannot see that curb. I've driven this racetrack myself this week, and trust me, you can't see it. And the officials, not many other people seem to see it either, and I've normally ended up in a car which decided that it wants to enjoy my rear end or my side of my car. It's not been a great week, but I have had some luck on this track. Not going as fast as some of these guys on a 125.48 currently see James Armstrong, but I was doing a mid-126s. So that currently is my fastest time, I believe 126.8 or 9. It's put me down 11 places. So that's, big props to me. Happy days. I was driving around in the Audi, absolutely trying my hardest to improve my time as best I can. But we can go with Tyson, Van Lander, currently in 12th place currently at the moment. As we go left, and then Brando then runs through the SS6 again before we head down to the northern hairpin. Now, if we go on board with James, is currently out on track. Josh Pratt is there as well. Not quite sure what's happening at the moment as Josh is coming down into the right-hander of the old hairpin. This is where they're going to want to carry as much of their speed as they can to try and keep their cars on track. Budget racing move, evening. Oh, come on, side captain consistency, Anthony. Yes, hopefully this will work out. And hopefully see who comes through victorious there. The timing tower on the left-hand side is having a bit of a mare at the moment. We've got 2 first places, 2 seconds and 2 thirds, which is a little bit unfortunate. So hopefully we'll see if that can correct itself. If not, as I say, we will switch over. James, your voice is quiet against the in-game audio. Well, there you go. I've never been told I've been quiet before. So thank you, Budget Racing there. I don't want to come across too loud, but at the same time, I do want to happily let you hear me. But it's not normally I get told I'm quiet. I'm impressed by that. I'm proud of myself there for being told I'm quiet. Normally the missus is in the background waving at me frantically because I've got too excited and my voice has gone really high, and all of a sudden she's there and all of a sudden she's going, no, will you be quiet? So, yeah. Not too bad now. It was hard to hear you during the onboard. Oh, okay. So we'll try and keep the onboard down as we can. I will drop the in-game racing volume down a bit. So we are coming into a minute of practice remaining. Joel Amos here in the BMW as well. So Joel, they're still here for this season opener. There you go. Right, so I think working in the background, because I got producer Tyler Oldham with me this evening. He is here, and I think that's going to mess with the championship. So we may have to reload up the other overlay, and basically we're going to have to give you manually by hand. It would have been nice to have the graphics, but the graphics is really not loving the new overlay. There must be an issue in the CSS, and it's caused a problem. So if we give us 2 seconds while we load up the other overlay, and then we'll get going again here this evening. So here we go. We're going to change that. We've got to change some information. There you go on screen. So that's managed to hopefully sort itself out. And we'll bring you it by manually. Tyler is going to have to do some maths. There you go, Tyler Oldham on a mission to do some maths this evening. He's going to have to really work quite hard. 2 seconds, guys. I'm just going to switch screens while I make some changes, and I'll be right back.
I'll take off manually, yeah. I'll do it.
Right, guys, we are back. Sorry about that. We were just editing the SDK file and making it all nice and lovely for you all. As we switch back over, we will have to give it to manually. We did think we'll be able to make an running graphic on the right-hand side, but caused problems with the SDK file, and unfortunately the SDK file did not like it, so we switched back to the original ones. Jonathan Hitchin there, subscribe with Twitch Prime. Much love to you. Thank you very much. Licky Dog is just followed there on 394. Chappers 2711 is also followed as well. Thank you so much for that. Much appreciated. Hope you're all having a fabulous evening. Hope you all had a good weekend. And I hope you're all looking towards this season finale here in the GT3 Round 6 at Donington Park here on the UKSR Twitch channel. It's going to be an absolutely stellar evening, and I cannot wait for this one. Dead excited. So there you go. Let's see how this get on and see what we get out of it, because it's going to be so close. Getting a taster before joining season 7, says Chappers. Did you just call me babe? Or Licky Dog? Both of you. What? Hold on. Right, so Licky Dog, you're going to have to tell me who you are in the Discord, because obviously I do not see that. Chappers2711, you as well, tell me who you are, because your names do not match Discord names. TGC Racing Takeover Season 7, Titan Taylor, let me know your name in the Discord as well. I know, guys, we love by our names in Twitch, but unfortunately I cannot tell you who you are. I do not know Twitch names. So there you go. I'm the babe. I'm Ryan Williams. There you go, Ryan Williams. Thank you so much there for following us and joining us. Titan Taylor, much appreciated for the follow as well. Let's put it on 395. We're only 5 away. 5 away from the big goal of the 400. Can we sort that one out and get the 400 followers this evening? Who knows? Martin Chapman, thank you so much for following there as well. And Stuart Taylor, I'm the only of TGC Racing. Okay, well, thank you so much for that, for coming in and joining us this evening. Much love to you. Hope you are well and having a fabulous evening. So, yeah, definitely tune in, guys. Stay tuned, grab your drinks, and, you know, say hi, stay here for all the action. It's going to be absolutely incredible. We have drivers taking part next season. Well, that's going to be absolutely amazing. You are a babe as well. Oh, thanks, Chappers. I am going to take that's directed at me now, because if it's not, then I feel even bad. But Martin Chapman there telling me that I'm a babe. I'm going to take it, Martin, even if it's not directed at me. I'm still going to claim it. You know what I mean? So, there you go. As we can see, qualifying in a moment, James Armstrong is on pole position on a 125.09. Nathan Foster there putting himself in the mix on a 125.66. Yanis Olber on a 125.93. Where is Cy Anthony? Currently no time from Cy Anthony. We need a time. We need a time, Cy. You're going to be down on there as we're coming in. We've got about just under 8 minutes, I believe, left of qualifying. So let's see how they work and get on, as we see on board with Cy Anthony there remaining. Six minutes remaining here. We've got Cy Anthony heading up around Goddard's. Say blind left hand. He cannot see the curb there. And he's got to get on the gas as well. Don't forget, guys, head over to uksimracing.co.uk for all your next seasons is open and ready to go. I think the other day, earlier on, I read that there was only 3 spaces left. So if you're not got your position next season, you might not have one at all now, because I believe we are full of 60 drivers, if I'm not mistaken. 60 drivers, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. Nath and I'm just going to call you Nath. It's sold out. Oh, it is sold out. It's all done. All full. I think it's full now. Yep. Looking forward to it. Should be full. 60 cars, I believe, have taken part in next season's GT3. and they will be ranked as well. So that's going to be even more amazing. So they are going to be ranked. So there you go. So ranked GT3 next season, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. Broadcast every single Sunday. Every single Sunday in the evening. Oh, just saying that gets me excited. I tell you. Just full of excitement. So we're going to have open 15-minute of qualifying. Then we're going to have 3 drop weeks. We're going to have Pro and Am Championships. And the race will begin at 8:15. It's going to be a 40-minute race. We're going to have 9 40-minute races and 3 90-minute enduros offering double points. So there you go. So 9 40-minute races, 3 90-minute enduros. And the race circuit lineup is Hockenheim, Long Beach, Catalonia, Watkins Glen, Gilles Villeneuve, Spa, Red Bull, Hungaroring, Suzuka, Nürburgring Grand Prix Strecker Circuit, Mid-Ohio, and then Road Atlanta. The Enduro rounds are going to be Watkins Glen, Spa, and Road Atlanta. So that's going to be absolutely incredible there. And you're definitely going to want to come and check that out, because if you don't check it out, I'm going to be unhappy. Okay? Come and check it out, as we've got 3.5 minutes remaining of qualifying. James Armstrong still on first place on a 125.09. Nathan Foster on a 125.66. Cy Anthony, 125.82, goes third place. Yannis Olber on a 125.93. So this is going to be a tight one, guys. 3 minutes remaining. I will have my scorer in the background telling me all the scores. Ready to go. So, yeah, let's see how we get along, and then we'll keep you up to date. Okay, we did hopefully wanted to have the overlay with the on-screen graphic, but the on-screen graphic is not working, and has affected the rest of the overlay. So I'd rather bring you up an overlay that we can have on screen rather than an overlay that's a little bit going Pete-tong. How many drivers are in this season? Well, there's 23 currently on track tonight. I believe we were maxed out at 45, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was 45, and there's 23 on circuit. So we are in round 6, and obviously people do get drop weeks, and life gets, life, and trust me, I'm aware of life issues. Cy Anthony there just goes in second place on a 125.37. Oh, good old Cy Anthony, absolutely putting it in there tonight. Cannot wait for this from Cy. I just have to see this battle up front. The Welshman that is Cy Anthony, absolutely popping it into second place. So there you go. AWC Payne in the Ford, down in 11th place. Oh, dude. So sorry. So, yeah. And don't forget as well, it's the top 15 inverted for race 2. So that's going to really put the cat amongst the pigeons there for race 2, because it's top 15 inverted. So James Armstrong there to be, he's going to have to, well, if he wins race 1, he obviously isn't going, he's going to be in 15th. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do. Right, here is James. You're not allowed to jinx a winner. Well, the problem with that is obviously James's race 2s this season have not gone well. Okay, so this is due to the X limit that was put in place. Basically, it was up to 12. And then it's, I believe it's going up, it's gone up to 15 So 15 X's. And James's race 2 have somewhat been not always gone the way that James was like. So there you go. As you come into the end of qualifying here, we've still got Mr. Armstrong. We'll bring you up the grid. There is the grid. James Armstrong in first place. Cy Anthony in second. Nathan Foster in third. Yanis Olbert in fourth place. Ollie Pimley fifth. Josh Pratt in sixth. Darryl Norkett in seventh. Ryan Davis in 8th, Stephen Masters in 9th, David Lawson in 10th, Joel Amos in 11th, Austin William Campbell in 12th, Edin Vizina in 13th, Tyson Belander 14th, Darren Sharples 15th, Rob Windsor 16th, Rob Armstrong in 17th, James Connolly 18th, Gary Truby 19th, Damien G in 20th, Anthony Franklin 21st, Kevin Wesley Burke 22nd, Chris Hitchin 23rd. So there you go. Man was on for a 24-8th, then Giga TC goes says James. So there you go. Right. James doing his normal flashing at us frantically to let us know he is still there. Cars are lining up behind 9 and 10 on the S's. There you go, as we jump on the gearbox of the pace car. UKSR Timo, TC can be turned off if it's interfering. Nathan, can we get the noise as a sound clip? Which version would you like? Would you like the deep one? Or would you like the... Or would you like the... This is a lot there. Which one would you like? Right, guys, we are on 395 followers for this evening. See if we can get to 400. We need 5 more. So make it the LMP-TC. I don't know if I can do the LMP2-TC noise. Isn't that the hype? The hype isn't that sort of like... I don't know. It's really weird, isn't it? The TC and the thing. But we could do the... There you go. As we jump on the gearbox of James Armstrong. As well, you can see Cy Anthony, Nathan Foster and Yanis Olbert all behind us. 10 out of 10 for the commitment, mate. Thanks, mate. Don't do. The other day I was singing. I was trying to gap fill between the qualifying and a race session and a broadcast I was doing and started singing The Lion Sleep Tonight. So, you know, I'll try anything to try and fill the gap. I actually, somebody messaged and said, James, even the late great Murray Walker was always the best at gap filling, but he's never done singing. So there you go. Classic, to be fair. Anything from The Lion King does the job. Hell yeah. I was singing The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Right. Here we go. Heat 1 underway. Very, very shortly we'll switch out to the TV1 so I can see what is happening as we wait patiently. James does his normal thing, backs them all up. He's gone now. He's gone now. He's cut across Cy Anthony and he's gone. James Armstrong out in front. Cy Anthony's gone to defend Nathan Foster on the inside, but Yanis Olbert is looking to come in on the outside as we head round Redgate. And it's Yanis Olbert taking second place there. Josh Pratt is going on to the grass. He's got dropped down the order now. He's in 6th as we rush down through Craner, coming up through the old hairpin before we go up to Starkey's Bridge. Cy Anthony now in 3rd place. That's an off track. There's another BMW, that's Ollie Pimley. He's gone off track as well as these guys head up into McLean's. Nathan Foster has got a little bit of a blinky issue with his internet. We'll have to try and stay off Nathan Foster so it doesn't cause any issues with the race. But at the moment, Yanis Olbert, James Armstrong are out in front, and we're only on the end of lap 1 with just over 21 minutes remaining. There's action further back as well from the Porsche. Ryan Davis and David Lawson. There you go. Ryan Davis is in the right-hand side. David Lawson's behind him on the inside. AWC in the Ford trying to make gains at the moment. He's up 2 already. Kevin Wesley Burke and Chris Hitchin have both gone off. We'll have a look at that once the leaders pass through the first lap. As we see here, Ollie Pimley's dropping down the order. Oh, contact with Ollie. Edin Vizina gives him a big bunch of room as Ollie Pimley takes a big old slide into that into Melbourne, and unfortunately there does not get this BMW hooked up. There's Rob Armstrong trying to make gains at the back as well. Rob is currently in 16th place. Let's have a look at the Kevin Wesley Burke and Chris Hitchens situation here for the replay. There is Kevin Wesley Burke, there is Chris Hitchen in the AMG behind him, as these guys are heading down into the chicane. They're heading down into the S's. What happens here is this, oh, Hitchen hits the grass. That hits Kevin Wesley Burke. Chris Hitchens' rear right tyre hit the grass, hit Kevin Wesley Burke, and unfortunately that's dropped him down the order. These guys are all the way down in 19th and 20th. Joel Amos has been off as well. Anthony Franklin's in the pits. Tyson Verlander's in the pits. Nathan Foster is still blinking. Can we come off Nathan Foster so we don't get that slight delay there as we go forward for the battle for first between James Armstrong, Yanis Olbert and Cy Anthony here at Donington in round 6. These guys are the main protagonists at the moment. So here we go now. We can see Tyson Verlander. He is in the pits at the moment. That replay is not currently showing up for me. So let's come out of that replay and we'll have another go there. Cy Anthony is tucked up behind Yanis Olbert now. Nathan Willoughby blaming the wheel. It's the FOV. It was on, who are we blaming the wheel for? Classic Chris. Yeah, Chris has unfortunately there caught the grass going down into the S's. Now I will say, Jonathan Hitchen, as well, I am no expert in these cars, don't get me wrong. I am just a commentator, but I did that the other day. And I managed to not hit anybody because I probably wasn't close to anybody. But, you know, I am a noob at the end of the day, and compared to yourself and your brother, you know, different standards. But, you know, I did that very much myself. I pulled too much over to the right, hit the grass, and sent my Audi round in a circle as I went to brake. But this is on board with Cy Anthony, 0.3 seconds back from Yanis Olbert. As it stands at the moment, we got James on 244 points, Olbert on 237 and Cy on 228. And this is at the start of lap 3. So there you go, that is currently the championship standings as it stands. Ollie Pimley here. This is what happened with Ollie. There's Edin Vizina. Oh! I can't work out if that was netcode or that unfortunately just let go under the brakes. It looked a bit of a bizarre one. Cy Anthony there trying to let himself known to Yanis that he's still here. Cy in the BMW against the two Audi drivers, the James Armstrong and Yanis Olbert. 17 minutes remaining and we're coming towards the end of lap 3. I just had a message from a producer saying netcode 100%. It did look very bizarre there. There was no physical contact from Vizina and Ollie Pimley. So massive amount of netcode there that may have caused that issue. Budget Racing, huge netcode. Mystic Turtle Gaming, giga netcode. Yep, that was absolutely massive from Edin Vizina and Ollie Pimley. As we jump on board with Gary Truby, he's locked in a battle with Edin as we talk. And Joel Amos, Darren Sherbills has been taking excursions off track. So is Nathan Foster, so is Kevin Wesley Burke. I'm not going to worry too much about the Foster incident unless I see Foster plummeting down the order. The only thing I can see at the moment from Nathan Foster is rather upsetting with the internet issues that he seems to be having. But David Lawson locked in a battle with Ryan Davis here in the battle for 7th place. Ryan in 7th, David Lawson in the Ferrari here. He is in 8th. Ryan in the Porsche in front currently at the moment. So there you go. Here we go back up front now. We still got Armstrong, we still got Olbert, and we still got Cy Anthony. Chris Hitchen is locked in a little bit of a battle. He is down with Darren Sharples. We'll take a quick look down the order there. Chris in the AMG. Darren Sharples in the Ferrari. Chris obviously had that incident at the beginning with Kevin Wesley Burke at this very corner, where he just went on his rear left, went onto the grass, and unfortunately when he went to hit the brakes, it spun him around. Oh, he's done it again! Oh, Chris Hitchen there as well has done it again, but Damien G's been involved in an incident. Damien G will bring you the replay of the Damien G incident if we can. Ollie Pimley has gone down the order as well. Ollie's dropped all the way down into 17th, is not having a good time in that BMW. Rob Windsor has been off track there as well. There's been lots going on here in the early stages of this race. Rob off track. Ollie Pimley dropping down the order. Chris has gone into the barrier again under that Merc. There, just did not like it as he's come through the S's and it's spun him the other side. So poor Chris Hitchin not having a good run. Let's have another look at that with Chris and see how we get on there as well. James frantically flashing the back marker, but Chris this time makes it through the S's and unfortunately doesn't make it further on than that. Into the barrier he goes there. Unfortunate for Chris Hitchin as well. Oh, that was Kevin Wesley back again. Oh, that could have been more dangerous as it was. As we go back live here at Daytona. Back with a Yanis Albert, Cy Anthony battle. Daryl Norkit is in the battle with Nathan Foster as well. Austin William Campbell and Stephen Masters. They're locked in for that battle for 9th and 10th place. Let's show you that one and bring you up to date as we go slowly down the order. There is Stephen Masters there. David Lawson's just about a second in front. And there is Austin William Campbell here in 10th place. So let's see how this one materializes. Austin's about 0.7 back. Ollie Pimley has now got the battle with Damien G. So there you go. So Damien G here at Donington. So let's see how this works out. Nath, when you said it twice, it might be right. Yes. Responding to Johnny Hitchin, just saying classic Chris. Ollie Pimley here on locked in a battle with Damien G. These guys are 0.2 seconds back at this moment in time. Here in the battle for 16th. They're battling all the way down the order for 16th place at the moment. And let's see as we follow these guys up now. Here on round McLean's we go before we go into Coppice. The uphill right-hander again, blind if you're on board. You cannot see that. Chris Hitchin's been off track again. Let's leave Chris alone. He's obviously had a little bit of a bad start to race 1. As we can see here, Rob Armstrong in front of G, in front of Pimley, as these guys are going into the S's section. Oh, David Lawson, Ryan Davis, side by side here, as these guys are coming into Goddard's. That's David Lawson taking the position away from Ryan Davis. Now Ryan's got Stephen Masters, has got Austin William Campbell tucked up right behind him. Look at the Gary Truby, James Connolly. There, Damien G has just moved over, allowed Ollie Pimley through. But James Connolly and Gary Truby are also locked in here. But here is Yanis Albert and Cy Anthony. As these guys go up now, they're coming into McLean's. Turn number 7 this evening on lap 7 with 12.5 minutes remaining. Titan Taylor, thank you for the follow. JCab 14, 0TC. Much love for the follow. 397. Can we hit 400 to end our season finale here at the GT3 round 6 from Donington Park? I am James Parfitt, bring you all the action here in the race. We are 7 laps in, 12 minutes remaining. And at the moment, as it stands, we know that James is out in front on 2:44, Yanis Albert 2:37, and Cy Anthony on 2:28. That is the current standings here tonight. Ginger Joey's just followed on 398. Much love to you. Can we hit the 400? We're 2 away as these guys head up into Goddard's now. This is the battle for Gary Truby. Eden Vizina has been off. James Connolly, Gary Truby, and Joel Amos here. This is the battle for 11th, 12th, and 13th as these guys just heading up into Goddard now. James Connolly in the Ferrari takes that line. Gary Truby in the Audi. Ollie Pimley in the BM. Here is Eden Vizina's incident here on this run down into the S's section here on lap 7. He goes past the back marker. I believe that might have been Anthony Franklin. Now, we've seen this already, and I can guarantee the right rear hit the grass. The right rear tyre hit the grass, and unfortunately sent Eden Vizina off there. There you go. So back on board with the Connolly, Truby, and Amos battle here as these guys are heading up into McLean's now. Turn 7 here on this racetrack. 7 of 12. Before we go down the start finish straight, ready for the next lap. Lap 8, 10 minutes 52 on the clock And at the moment, Armstrong's leading by 2 seconds. Albert in second with Cy Anthony 0.4 behind him. Currently in this championship there. So there you go. If it stays like this, where does James need to get up to race 2 if Albert and Cy can win? There you go, producer Tyler. On you go. So where can the minimum of James Armstrong's position, where can he get? Gary Truby makes that move on the inside of James Connolly down in Melbourne Hairpin. And away we go on that run up to Goddard's. Budget Racing, I've just got my producer, he's on it now. If this is all correct and the maths are right. So at the moment, we've got, there's currently a 7-point gap between James and Yanis. So if Yanis wins, James finishes second, he takes the championship. I have had a message that said, give him a minute on the rest of it, says Budget. You know, that's what producer Tyler says to me, Budget Racing. He's got to do some maths. You know, he's got to do maths. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of addition and subtraction and multiplication and division. And, you know, he's trying to get it sorted out. As you can see there, Gary Truby now pulling away from James Connolly. He's opened up a 1-point-second gap. Joel Amos and James Connolly are side by side. If we can go on board with that battle, that will be absolutely incredible. There is Connolly. There is Amos. And here we go as these guys head up around Coppice now. Difficult turn, that. It may not look like much on the right-hander, but it is a difficult turn there because you're uphill, and again it's blind. You can't necessarily see where you've got to go. You've just got to put your markers down and you know, work on that as the race goes on. So yeah, so it's going to be it's a tricky corner. Not your best, but it's a tricky corner. So okay, so the message I've got, Budget, you're going to have to decipher this. If James finishes within 1 place of Yanis and within 6 positions of Cy, he wins. It's more like within 3 positions of Yanis, apart from P1 to P3. I don't know, he's put in chat, whether or not that makes sense. Let's put it this way. I think with a gap, James needs to be at least within 3 positions of Yanis in race 2. So we'll see how that one materializes. That has been James Armstrong's downfall, race 2. I'm not going to lie. So we'll just have to see how that materializes. It's whether or not James goes for it or whether or not he goes for the thing. As we see, Ollie Pimley clearing Rob Armstrong there. Rob was slow on that run around the old hairpin, and unfortunately he's now that's let Ollie Pimley through. So we go back up front. Yanis Albert, Cy Anthony, there you go. Yup, perfect sense, says Budget. I'm not quite sure, really, Budget. If I don't even understand it myself. And Tyler's messaged me and said, I like Budget Racing. Yeah, he does, I bet. Because you've just said it made perfect sense. Me, personally, a little bit confusing. But there you go. So Cy Anthony still tucked up behind Yanis Albert and has been for literally 10 laps since Yanis went round the outside of him in turn 1 and took that second place away from Cy Anthony. So Cy really needs to get a move on here with 7 minutes remaining. Right, after refreshing the vocal cords, here we go again. 6.5 minutes remaining here in this race of the GT3 battle on lap 11. Joel Amos is currently in 13th, battling James Connolly here for 12th place. As we head down now, these guys are heading up Starkey's, coming up into the left-hander of 6 before we go up into McLean's. There you go, there is turn 6. And here is McLean's there for turn 7. So on lap turn 7 on lap 11 in the, oh, my rhyme went out the window. We've got 13th place here. So James Connolly and Joel Amos currently your closest battle on track at this moment in time. Chris Hitchin is in the pits and has been there for 5 minutes. Tyson Melander is out. Rob Wins, I believe, is still running. Anthony Franklin is not running. So unfortunately there, Anthony Franklin I don't believe he's running. I haven't got a time on him as he's running. But Tyson Melander is. Oh no, there is Anthony Franklin. He's still going round. He's currently down in 21st place, a lap down at the moment. So there you go. Unfortunately, not good there. Edin Vizina has had an incident, so has Anthony Franklin. Not good so far. But AWC in the Ford is chasing Stephen Masters in the Ferrari as these guys head down now on board with AWC going around Craner now. This is the right hander I was talking about. Stay on board here. Got to get it pointed and get it going. Now, oh! Austin William Campbell showing us that that's not how we do it. Edin Vizina past Damien G. Ollie Pimley's just got past Robert Armstrong, and Joel Amos has passed James Connolly for 12th place. So Joel Amos there has passed James Connolly here on track. Masters and Campbell still having this battle for 9th and 10th. Not much between them, but then again there's not much included. Ryan Davis as well. And here is how James Connolly lost that position to Ollie Pimley. So he goes over the grass, he runs wide, and here comes Ollie in the BMW. Went to go on the outside but cut back on the inside and made that move into McLean's and made it absolutely stick. Ryan Davis here has managed to get himself locked in this battle after being a little bit more comfortable than this, currently in 8th position. Has now been dragged in to the Masters Campbell battle for 8th place. Ryan Davies in 8th, Masters in 9th, Campbell in 10th. So they're going to have to be a little bit careful there and see whether or not the Ryan Davies can get to. Brave man driving the Ford. Austin William Campbell always drives the Ford. He's driven the Ford at least for the last 2 seasons that I've been commentating on this league. I think he even may have had that in season 4, I believe. So yeah, Austin William Campbell does always drive the Ford. Can't actually remember a time when AWC's not been in anything else. Maybe somebody could be able to tell me. I've seen other drivers move cars. You know, Josh Pratt. I don't believe Darryl Norkitt's ever moved away from the BM. James has come away as well. He's not always been in the Audi, I believe. Yanis is new to the series. So there you go. Ollie Pimley, we think as well, has never left the BMW. So yeah, I believe Ollie Pimley's always been in the BM. So yeah, that's some of them. I think he just, as I say, he's not in there as well. We see the poll in chat currently. Who is going to win the championship? Is it James Armstrong? Is it James A? Jay Armstrong, Yanis Olbert, or Cy Anthony? Got 2 James Armstrongs there, whoever put that poll together. So much, thank you very much for doing the poll. But we just need to take away one of the James Armstrongs. Otherwise, we could have a split vote. Do you know what? I'm going to vote on that, and I'm not going to tell you which way I'm going to vote. No, I'm not, because the poll's gone now. I think the correction will take place as one of the admins here at the UKSR is currently doing the poll, redoing the poll for us, as we see Darryl Norkett. As I say, I don't think Darryl's ever been away from a BM. Nathan Foster's internet is, yeah, really having a bit of a flaky time at the moment. So there you go. What's the track temps for the race? We can bring you that information up now and show you the track temperatures here on track. Currently, track temperature is 31 degrees. Time of day is June the 4th, 2022 at 9:03. So the track temperature is currently 31 degrees. So there you go. All the information at a push of a button. Love it. Austin William Campbell, Stephen Masters and Ryan Davies here having this battle out on track for 8th, 9th and 10th. Yanis has opened up a little bit. He's extended away from half a second and is out at 6 at the moment. But it is closing as these guys sweep through McLean's. That's represented by the 2 on your track map in your top right-hand corner. There as these guys now, Austin William Campbell, Stephen Masters, they're sweeping through Craner curves down into the old hairpin as they go round now and up the left-hander of Starkey's coming into turn 6. at Donington Park. Do you know what? Between Donington and Brands Hatch and Silverstone, it's such a tough choice. It's such a tough choice at the moment. Which track would be my favourite? I'm going to vote, but I'm not going to tell anyone which way it's gone. I voted. There you go. Voted already. So here we go into the last 26 seconds. I believe we're going to be on the white flag lap. This is it. The white flag is going to be out as Barney, the flag bearer there, waves frantically. Gary Truby's been in, had another incident. Cy Anthony, you've got 1 lap. 1 lap to do this job as Rob Armstrong and Edin Vizina go flashing past Gary Truby. Right, if Yanis is first, James has to be second. If Yanis is second, James has to finish third to win, 4 to draw. Please, no draws. That's what we said. What about in conjunction with Cy Anthony? If Cy Anthony wins, where does James then finish, please? Producer Tyler working his magical maths in the background as we see Kevin Wesley Burt there off track again. That was at the base of the old of McLean's, I believe, this time. James Armstrong's coming through the S's. We will pick up that leader as Cy Anthony looks at trying to make that move all over the back of Yanis Olbert. There's not going to be much room for James for Cy. He's only got one more opportunity. Here we go. Is he going to try and go around the outside into Melbourne? He's going to try to cut back. He's going to try to cut back. Oh, he didn't get it. But here is James Armstrong taking the victory in race 1 here tonight. Yanis Olbert, as we see further back, takes second place. Cy Anthony in third. And further down from that, Josh Pratt comes across the board there. Car number 16 in fourth place. Nathan Foster in fifth. David Lawson in sixth. Darryl Norkett went off track. That's why Darryl lost the position to David. Darryl Norkett there now down in seventh place, heading round there. Ryan Davies in seventh. Darryl Norkett in eighth. Austin William Campbell comes across the line in 10th place. A little bit of a bizarre ending. Joel Amos there finishing off. James Connolly, Ollie Pimley, Edin Vizina, Rob Armstrong, and Damien G there in the BM with Gary Truby in the mix as well. Daryl Sharples comes across the line, and that is it. Sire's been doing better with the reverse grid traffic. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. I am aware. It's a really difficult one here because we'll bring you up the results when they pop up on the screen. James's second race has not always gone to plan, and it hasn't. Whether that's on James's driving, I don't know. Whether that's not on, we don't know. But let's bring you up the results of Heat 1. James Armstrong taking the victory there. Yanis Olbert in second. Cy Anthony in third. Josh Pratt in fourth. Nathan Foster fifth. David Lawson sixth. Ryan Davies in seventh. Darryl Norkett in eighth. Stephen Masters ninth. Austin William Campbell in 10th. Joel Amos in 11th. James Connolly in 12th. Ollie Pimley 13th. Edin Vizina 14th. Rob Armstrong 15th. Rob is on pole for the next race. Gary Truby 16th. Damien G 17th. Darren Sharples is in 18th place. Rob Windsor 19th. Kevin Wesley Burke 20th. Anthony Franklin 21st. Tyson Belander 22nd. And Chris Hitchin finishes us in 23rd place. There's a draw. There's a draw between James Armstrong and Cy Anthony. Wow. Okay, so Cy first. James has to be fourth or higher. Fifth to draw. So there you go. If Yanis wins, James has to be second. If Cy wins, James has to be fourth or higher. Okay? So if Cy wins, James has to be fourth or higher. If Yanis wins, James has to be second. Here is the grid now for race 2. Rob Armstrong in first, Edin Vizina in second, Ollie Pimley in third, James Connolly in fourth, Joel Amos in fifth, Austin William Campbell in sixth, Stephen Masters seventh, Darryl Norkett eighth, Ryan Davies there in ninth place, David Lawson in 10th, Nathan Foster in 11th, Josh Pratt 12th, Cy Anthony 13th, Yanis Olbert 14th, James Armstrong 15th, Gary Truby 16th, Damien G 17th, Daryl Sharples down in 18th place. Rob Windsor in 19th, Kevin Wesley Burke 20th, Anthony Franklin 21st, Tyson Milano 22nd, Chris Hitchin in 23rd place. I think James is still planning on sending it. Go Rob. I'd love to see a Rob Armstrong victory. I had a soft spot for Rob last season. He got so close. He had a second and he lost it at Daytona. And Daytona's Daytona, the draft was so strong. So upsetting that Rob there did not get the win last season. If Rob wins this season, I am going to be going mental. If he takes this victory in this last race, wow, that's all I can say. You will hear screams of delights and what you're hearing it. Oh, as well, the name's Livy has followed UK Sim Racing in 399. Phil Diaz has just followed as well, which means we've just hit our new goal of 400 followers on the UK Sim Racing Twitch channel. Let's get some hype in the chat. 400 followers here on Twitch for the UK Sim Racing there. 410 is the next one. Let's get them in and see how we go. So there you go, Phil Diaz, much love to you. Robert and James going to do an impression of the Hitchins and take each other out, maybe. Here we go, Rob Armstrong is away, he's gone. Oh, contact between Vizina and Pimley. That's never a good start to a race as Ollie Pimley looks at coming up the inside of Edin Vizina now. Vizina's off track. Amos has gone through. Edin Vizina, calm it down a bit, son. As we see Rob streaking away currently. Now, Cy Anthony in 11th. James in 13th. There is James there. Cy Anthony going through. No! Oh! Oh, that could have gone worse. It did go worse. He come back on. That was an Audi of Josh Pratt. He come back on track. That's Damien G being collected in that as well. Oh! That, I thought, was the end of Cy Anthony. Phil Diaz, James, I just jumped out of my seat. I'm so sorry. I thought that was the end of Cy Anthony. James Armstrong flashing the people behind. Ryan Davies there. But it makes no difference, James. They're racing. You've got to race them. They don't have to jump out of your way. Sorry there, right, Phil. Cy Anthony looking at the inside of Austin William Campbell. James Armstrong, Yanis Olbert's trying to follow him through. Cy Anthony makes the move over Austin William Campbell. James Armstrong is now 10th. Ryan Davis in 11th. Yanis Olbert there behind him did not clear Ryan Davies. So that's Yanis Olbert down in 12th place. Don't forget the X limit still in count as well. So here we go now. Yanis is trying to clear Ryan Davies. James is next up is Darryl Norkett. Yanis trying to come up the inside. Ryan Davies gives him respectfully the room he needs to take that position away. You hear Josh Pratt, man, that incident, oh, that scared the life out of me. I thought that was the end of Cy Anthony. I tell you that one, as Josh come around on that track, I thought that was the end of Cy Anthony. Cy now going around the outside of Stephen Masters on this run up. Here comes Cy Anthony, the Welsh Dragon, doing the job. Can this be? James wins currently at the moment. James wins by 10 points. 10 points over Cy, 9 over Yanis. So there's got to be action. James is trying to clear the traffic. I am in love right now with the racing that's going on in the screen. And the story. Oh, that was the BMW of Darryl Norkett. The story that we are writing here at the end of season 6 is incredible. James clears Darryl Norkett. Oh, only just, mind you. That was a send and a half from the postman. That is James Armstrong. He sent it so far back. I tell you, it was almost like junk mail coming through my letterbox that I grab hold of and post back through the other way to the postman so he could take it back on with him. Because the last thing I want is junk mail. Here it is. Look, here is Josh Pratt. This is where I jumped. Phil, I'm so sorry. But look at this. That, I thought, was the end. Nathan Foster in. James Armstrong there. Oh, Lawson Truby, G. Oh, Josh Pratt. If you're going to do it, son, you might as well do it the straight away. Austin William Campbell, James Armstrong now. Oh, contact there with James. Oh, Austin's off. Austin's off. Where is James in result of X limits here? If I can get that information sent through to me as well, that would be absolutely incredible. Where is James in results of X limits? We said there's got to be positions between Cy Anthony and James Armstrong, and there is. But we're going to have to try and follow up. See if we can get the off-track limits. But don't forget, we only cover off-tracks. We cannot cover contacts, unfortunately. It doesn't allow us here on the system to cover contacts. So currently we're only able to see off limits. Barros, go on, Cy. You just murrayed him. Here we go now. Darryl Norkit. Yannis Olbert is not clearing the traffic. Cy Anthony is. But when Cy gets to James, different story. Kevin Wesley Burke here and Gary Darren Sharples. That's the battle further back. Can we see what's happening with Cy Anthony, please? Here on track, they've got a car between them, Connolly, but we've got Fazina and Amos. Fazina and Amos here in Cy Anthony, and Cy needs to get up the front. He needs to clear. Oh no, Cy's gone round! Oh no! Cy Anthony, the flying Welshman, has just gone round, and that could be it. That could be it. That could be Cy Anthony's job done. Rob Armstrong's gone off again. He's gone on in the background. But that could be Cy Anthony's race over. There's contact there as well. James is really pushing it out now. James Connolly. Where are we with X limits? There's got to be a little bit of a contact there with X limits with James. Rob has been off track. Unfortunately, he's dropped out of position. If James gets DQ'd, and I'm not saying he's going to, but he's got to slow himself down. Contact again with Darren Orkett. Where is he on contact limits? We need to know this information. We think he's on a 12X already, and we've still got 16 remaining, and he's only got one more piece of contact, and that could be the end of James Armstrong. James is 12X with Think at the moment. He's got one more piece of contact, and that's possible he could be out. He's got to be careful as he comes up to Bazina and Amos. Yannis Olbert as well is in. This is going to be close. 15 minutes remaining. James Armstrong currently sat in 4th place. 4th place. Rob Armstrong not having a good one. Was in the lead, is now down 90 positions and goes and puts it into the pits. Where is Cy Anthony? Cy Anthony is all the way down in 8th. He was flying, but Cy is back up behind Yannis Olbert again. So there you go. Ollie Pimley in P1 at the moment. Producer Tyler Olden just give me a big whoop then. So there you go. But here is Cy Anthony. Outside line, look. Oh, he steered in and he caught it. That was a save there from Cy Anthony. But Yannis Olbert is tucked up behind Darryl Norkit at this moment in time in the BMW. James Armstrong up 11 places. There's the gainers and losers on the left-hand side there. This is going to be absolutely... Oh, this is just... I don't want to add where this is going with 14 minutes remaining. I really don't at this moment in time. But all I can say is this man has got to be close. He's got Edin Vizina on the inside. He's trying to go up the... Oh, Edin's not going to give him room. Edin. Oh, Vizina gives him room. Is Joel Amos going to go? Oh, Armstrong nearly goes round. Big tank slapper there from James Armstrong. Heading round turn 1 as Fazina drops down into Craner Curves. Behind Armstrong there had just had a big moment. 14 minutes remaining. 14 minutes remaining. Cy Anthony still up behind Yannis Olbert down in 7th as it stands. We've got Tyler, producer Tyler in the background there doing the points currently as it stands with James Armstrong. He's currently in 3rd place. Joel Amos on the outside. James going up the inside of the S's there. Not hard for him at the moment. That wasn't tough. Can Ollie Pimley be a different kettle of fish? So can Ollie Pimley be a different kettle of fish for James Armstrong? Can Sai get through? So as it stands at this moment in time, is that the full listings, Mr. Producer? He asks in his ear here. Sai Anthony now up behind Yanis. Darryl Norkett in front of us. Heading down into turn 1. Down in we go, dropping down into Craner now. Sai Anthony, after doing absolutely stellar at the beginning, is now all over Yanis Olber and needs to make it. Contact there from Yanis and Sai. Sai is literally nose to tail, and I mean nose to tail with Yanis Olber as these guys head up into McLean's now, this uphill. There you go. Sai's looking around the outside. Darryl Norkit's looking at trying to pull him through. Can he make this hold all the way around this outside line? Sai Anthony. Oh, the bravery of the Welshman. Got the job done around the outside of Coppice. Coming into the S's now. Oh my God, that was all. I cannot think of one example of a Welsh gladiator. But we're for a while, if there was a Welsh gladiator, he'll be called Sai Anthony. Oh, Yanis Olber's out. Massive lock-up from Yanis there as he slides down the order, down into 10th place. The story is being written. We're going to have to rewrite that, Mr. Tyler Producer, because he's got it at 274 for James, 255 for Yanis, and 248 for Sai Anthony. Yanis Olber down the order in 10th place. Sai Anthony now in 6th. Can this get done? Can this get done? That was an incredible move, chat, and I hope you have appreciation for what Sai Anthony just managed to do at Coppice here on Donington. Round the outside of Yanis Olber, kept the power in, cleared him, and then Yanis, under the pressure of going down into the Melbourne hairpin, locked the car up. Sai Anthony off track again, keep it on. We're here now with Armstrong and Pimley. There you go, they've just gone around the top part of the screen. Let's see, wait for that gap to close down to about half a second, and we will jump on board with them. Nathan Foster here, blinking please, can we stay just off that one for a minute while Nathan is literally sorting out the internet issues. But Sai Anthony now has got it to do. We've got 10 minutes and Sai has got to clear Darryl Norkett, Edin Bazina, Joel Amos, James Armstrong. So there you go. We're on it again with the scores. James Armstrong within half a second. Can we go forward, please, to Armstrong and Pimley? Don't know for certain where we think Armstrong is here in race 2, but he's going to have to try and be careful. Ollie Pimley's not going to want to give this lead up. We know that one for a fact. Go! Oh, no! That's Darryl Norkett, isn't it? Believe that's Norkett. Pimley and Armstrong now as they head down Craner curves. Is this going to be it? Pimley cuts the nose of Armstrong. Says, you might be the leader, but I'm here. You might lead that championship, but I'm leading this race. And at the end of the day, you want to get past me, you're going to have to clear me. No love given by Ollie Pimley. Absolutely amazing to see here from Ollie. As we can see the Armstrong-Pimley battle now going up into Coppice. This was it. This was the site of one of the greatest passes I've seen at Donington Park in the GT3 ever. The Welsh icon that is Sai Anthony, the picture model for the Welsh community. And Sai there is literally gone round the outside of Yanis Olber. Ollie Pimley not giving this up now as they come down now into the Melbourne hairpin. James on the inside, Ollie on the right. Can Ollie try this cutback on James? Can he get this job done? James is in first now. Contact with Ollie Pimley. Oh, let's go. Put him close. Oh, let's got to put him close. Where are we at? Right, Cy Anthony. I won't read you out my true message from my producer, but at the moment he's just put F *** that. And he's put that because every time he writes in the message ready to send it to me, it changes. So he's like... So producer Tyler Mulder, big props to you, young sir, as he's trying in the background to get it at the moment. But at the moment, as it stands, if James is victorious, James will take the championship. We think he's close. We believe he's close. I don't know where he is at with limits. We know the second race has been James's downfall. But Cy Anthony here is trying to clear Stephen Masters. And Stephen is not giving quarter at the moment. But he has now. He's just ran wide. And Cy Anthony into Coppice gets the job done over Masters there as they're running down now into the S's. The question would be, where would be the second place? If we can see where second would be about now, in the situation with Albert and Anthony, that would be great, because I think at the end of the day, we're going to have to try and see how this one materializes, because we know that currently Armstrong is victorious. Could this be decided on penalties from the contacts made? Question for the admins in chat. There, could we provisionally give you the results, but then it changes because of penalties and contacts? Well, now we're into a different kettle of fish there. That would be one for the admins here in chat from the UKSR, if they can answer that question, because currently I, on the other hand, would say yes, but as I say, I am not in that position to say yes, because sometimes I say things that aren't always correct. And sometimes I end up with DMs that says that's not right. So I decide to try and sit on the fence, which possibly could be the first to me and get splinters. But there you go. So as it stands, James Armstrong on 284, Yanis Albert 255, Cy Anthony on 252. So there you go. It's possible, I guess, but depends if the drivers raise the protests. Now, the questionable one, I would say, if there was going to be a protest, I would have thought would be the incident with AWC. But we'll have to see if AWC decides that he feels he wants to protest it, because it was a cent and a half there. Here is Austin William Campbell. This is not looking good from my point of view. Can we not have that one, please? Thank you very much. Not quite sure what is happening there, but I believe that's Austin William Campbell. He's up into 12th place. Battling Rob Windsor here as Austin goes on the inside into Melbourne Hairpin and leads us off into Goddard. So that's AWC up into 11th. Next up is Gary Truby, 2 seconds down the road. Stephen Masters, Nathan Foster and Edin Vizina. There, Cy Anthony now is trying to close the gap to Edin Vizina. Nathan Foster, Stephen Masters and Albert. So we'll have to see what happens there with that one. Kevin Wesley Burke has been involved in an incident. We're not going to worry too much about that. Rob has been involved in another incident. That's not unfortunately good for Rob Armstrong. But as I say, currently for James Armstrong, James is out in front, leading by 2.8 seconds as we see Yanis Albert come up the inside. Cy Anthony's out. Well, no, that's got to be my timing tower. Is it my timing tower? Where is Cy Anthony and what has happened? That's not a DQ. He did not just get DQ'd. I don't think that's right. I don't believe that is right, because at the moment that has James Armstrong on 0x. Can we take that off? I don't think that information is correct. Great stream. Looking forward to being on the grid next season. One of the 60 registers. Hey, Billy Bob, what is your Discord name so I can give you a proper shout out? Thanks very much for the follow as well. I think that may have got... I think that might be a DQ. I've got a funny feeling he got DQ'd. Cy Anthony has been DQ'd. Can Yanis stay in? Billy Bob 55 at Discord. Okay, Billy Bob. Thank you. Sai, that move around the outside made me moist. I'm out. DQ. Oh, Sai Anthony. Sai Anthony, I'm so sorry. That move at Coppice was one of the greatest maneuvers I've ever seen. And I think I may have called you a Welsh icon. So, yeah. Yes, DQ is last place. He will go down the order. Actually, it depends where he finishes. He may be in 21st currently. Tyson Verlander is a lap behind him with 3 minutes remaining. So it is possible for Tyson to move up. Not possible for Rob Armstrong. So if anywhere, Sai is down in 22nd. Contact there, Darren Sharples and David Lawson. Lawson all out of shape. These guys throwing their Ferraris, and here comes the Ferrari of James Connolly. Just says, thank you very much, son. I'll have that. If you two are going to scrap over it, and David Lawson sends it on the inside of Sharples there. G is in the mix as well. He's trying to get involved with the Sharples battle. Cy Anthony greater than Gareth Bell? Hell yeah. Have you seen Cy Anthony? Have you seen him? I've seen Cy. It's got a bit hot in my room. Side 21, yes, Sai is in 21st points. He's in 21st position currently. Rob Armstrong is in the pits. Tyson Verlander is in the pits. So, there you go. James Connolly here and David Lawson. There was that incident. Look, James Connolly. Oh! I tell you what, that's just, yeah. Yanis Olbert in 5th place now. As we're coming in to... It's not... Is it going to be the finals to the last lap? No. I don't believe it is. Nope, Barney's just stood there. So we're going to have this one and one more here on track for these guys. So they've got one more to go. So there you go. David G now looking up the inside of Darren Sharples there as well. Unfortunately for Darren, in the space of in a lap and a little bit, he's gone down from 14th all the way down into 17th place there for Darren Sharples. So there you go. Best lap times in race 2. Armstrong on a 1:26.21. Pimley on a 1:27.08. So there you go. As Darren Sharples just takes a position back from G. And on they go, James Connolly and David Lawson, 0.17 seconds back. Fazina and Albert are now 4th and 5th. They are not very far apart if we can go forward. There is Fazina and the Albert battle here as these guys heading around Coppice down into the S's section right now. 28 seconds remaining. This is definitely going to be the last lap. Fazina sends it through. That's either going to be a slowdown or an off track, because he took a lot of the bollards there, and then bollards are clearly not solid, because that would have been an out. Can we go on to Armstrong, please? Can we stay with that view? Barney. Yes, I believe that was the last lap, wasn't it? Is he? We're on the white flag, yes? Yes, we are on the white flag lap there. Barney looked like he had the checkered flag there. That threw me off a little bit. Sorry about that. James still smashing the 26s. He could still bin it in Lol, I hope he doesn't. Of course you've got to put that at the end of that message, Budget Racing. But can Albert swap positions with Fazina on this final lap? Can we go into the full Albert-Fazina battle? White flag here. Going round Coppice down into the S's. No, we're in Coppice now, sorry. Into the S's now with Albert and Fazina. Oh, Connolly! Like a torpedo. Look at that camera action there from Thailand. Producer Oldham in the background just caught it as James Connolly sent it. Hey JB, hope I'm back for next season, but doubt it. House is upside down and decorating every room. Armstrong comes across the line and takes the victory. Ollie Pimley in second place. Can I give the standings as they are currently, please, sir? Darryl Norgate, Joel Amos, with an excellent third place. Fazina in fourth there. Allbear fifth. Masters in sixth. Stuart Pearson, it's good to have you back in chat. I've got to be honest, I have missed you. Gary Truby here in seventh place. Rob Windsor comes across the line in eighth. AWC in ninth. Ryan Davies is in 10th place. Chris Hitchin there as well comes across the line, finishes in 11th. Good job for Chris, up 12 places. Kevin Wesley Burke up 7. Davey Lawson 14th, Sharples 15th, G 16th, and Josh Pratt comes across the line in 17th place. James Connolly should come across the line. There is James after torpedoing that Ferrari into a barrier in 18th, and Anthony Franklin in 19th place. Stuart, are you going to be back though for next season? Do you reckon? I know you said I doubt it, but is that a doubt it possibility, or do we think we're going to doubt it well and truly? Let's see there. Great racing from all. Can't wait to see what season 7 provides. Slowly get back to normal, bud. Sounds like you're doing a sterling job as usual. Oh, Stuart Pearson. Much love, brother. So James Armstrong there in first place. Ollie Pimley in second. Joel Amos in third. Edin Vazina in fourth. Yanis Aubert in fifth. Stephen Masters in sixth. Gary Truby in seventh. Rob Winter in eighth place. Where am I? So Rob Winter. Oh, I lost there. Austin William Cabell in ninth. Ryan Davies in 10th. Chris Hitchin in 11th. Nathan Foster in 12th, Kevin Wesley Burke in 13th, David Lawson 14th, Darren Sharples 15th, Damien G in 16th place, Josh Pratt in 17th, James Connolly in 18th, Anthony Franklin in 19th, Darryl Norkett in 20th, Tyson Verlander 21st, Sire Anthony 22nd, and Rob Armstrong in 23rd place. Can we take off the results? I believe that may have been donuts. Who's doing the donuts there? James Armstrong doing the donuts for us. We've had a request in chat, and hopefully we might be able to get it to work. Can we see Sire Anthony's pass on Yanis Aubert again? Lucky Dog, enjoyed watching, great commentating, JB. Thank you very much for that. Much love to you. Don't forget, guys, you can head over to Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, JBarvid12. I've got a lot going on between drag racing at Santa Pod, iRacing, karting. It's all kicking off in my world currently at the moment, and I did travel all the way back from Santa Pod this afternoon. After an epic day's commentary up there. Not today because the rain stopped playing, unfortunately we couldn't. And then we ended up there. Let's go on to TV1. Look at this. Started again. I want to see it from the beginning. Look at this. Round the outside. The Welsh icon, Sire Anthony, the gladiator, the face of Wales. Oh, just gone round the outside at turn 7. Absolutely stellar job. Ooh, gives me chills just watching it. So there you go, Racing Noob, just for you. So let's take that one off as we switch back now as well. Here is, there's the beginning. Look, he sets Yanis up. Darryl Norkett comes across and he just goes round the outside, drives it like driving the dragon. Oh, sorry, Anthony. Did you see my pass for turn 1, P1, my pass for P1? Let's see if we can find James Armstrong going around Ollie Pimley as well. Let's give that, see that one. Netcode broke steering. Yeah, James, you got some love as well. Don't worry. Nope, nothing's showing for me, dear sir. I'm staring at a scenic screen. Let's have a look, see if we can get this. Oh, it's not loving it. James, the SDK file says no. Try one more time on TV1 and see what happens. And we'll see if we can get up the replay. Nope, not loving it. I'm so sorry. Sorry. Don't start winding him up there by saying that nobody mentioned he was a national hero. That's not exactly what happened, was it? Maybe, possibly. I don't know. Right, anyway. So, now we're just double checking the points. We got James on currently, and as I say, James on 284 points. Yanis on 261. Sai on 229. Those currently are the unofficial points. Okay, so those are the unofficial points on screen. Okay, on in the championship. So currently James is your winner on 284. Yanis is on 261. Sai Anthony is on 229. So there you go. So there you go. Sorry, had to let 86. 86. Daryl Norkett. You let Daryl Norkett through, and obviously tried not to let you through. Was a little late. Sai Anthony. Lap 8 into the chicane. Did the almighty setup. It was smooth. So there you go. Right. Well, that brings it, guys. That's it. That is the closure of season 6. And I think you all have to admit that was one of an absolute epic season. So there you go. Absolutely incredible season. Grats on the win. Great driving tonight. Jokes aside. So there you go. Yeah, I understand what I did. Protest it, no worries, won't get me DQ'd. But there you go. Cheers for the broadcast, JB. Looking forward to being involved in season 7. Yes, it's going to be absolutely incredible. For you who have not seen season 7's details, we have got, so here is the details. Season 7, open setups every Sunday. 7 p.m. the sessions will start, 1 hour practice. 8 p.m. will be 15-minute qualification. 8:15 the race will begin. You have 3 drop weeks. Now I believe we may have a pro and am and a rookie, but at the moment as it stands it's still pro and am, okay? So be aware. We got 9 40-minute races and 3 90-minute enduros offering double points. So the double points venues are Watkins Glen round 4, Spa on round 6, and Road Atlanta in road 12. Now, if you're wondering why I'm looking up, all my information is on my 4th monitor, which is up there. Now, the sessions are round 1, Hockenheim, round 2, Long Beach, round 3, Catalonia, 4 is Watkins Glen, 5 is Gilles Villeneuve, 6 is Spa, 7th Red Bull Ring, 8th is the Hungaro Ring, 9th is Suzuka, 10th is the Nürburgring Grand Prix Strecker Circuit, 11th is Mid-Ohio, and 12th is Road Atlanta. Okay, so there you go. Head over to uksimracing.co.uk. Now, one of the other interesting things as well is that the MX5 League is back. Yes! And I'm taking part. Yes! I am there in the car every Wednesday driving along with my little G29 steering wheel and pedals because, you know, I'm not that good to update or anything else. But that will be kicking off as well. 6 races, 1 fast repair, 14X. You get your drive-through, open setup, 1 drop week. Okayama Long, Knock Hill, Oran Park, Lime Rock, Road Atlanta, Red Bull Ring. Session will open at 7. Qualifying will start at 7:25 for 10 minutes, where you have 2 lone laps to set your time. Race starts at 19:40, 35-minute sprint race. So there you go. So head over to uksimracing.co.uk. I will be taking part in the MX5. Okay. And as well, as it stands, David Lawson coming back following and unfollowing. As it stands at the moment, as long as I can finalise details with my guys on Wednesday, there will be a broadcast broadcast of the MX5. It won't be me commentating, but us here at JBB will be looking to broadcast that league as it stands. I'm going to finalize details with other commentators that are currently come on board with myself, and we will finalize all the information. We're all meeting up on Wednesday to discuss everything and who will be doing what. But currently, as it stands, we will be looking at broadcasting the MX5 League. That will be done from us there to the guys at UKSR. There will be no charge for that one either, so it will be a completely free. That's why you can come along, join in, and have an absolute stellar time. Okay, so there you go. That's a present from us here at JBB to everybody in the UKSR community. You've done massive amounts for me. You've been there supporting me all the way through, all the way now. And as a return, I expect to win race 1. Okay, so you've all got to move over and let me through. All right? Because, you know, I'll be there or thereabouts, but, you know, just to make sure at Okayama, if you can all just move out the way and let me take the victory. That'd be great. Thanks. Right. Anyway, all joking aside, I don't think anyone could throw enough to let you win. Oi! Behave yourself. Right, all joking aside, guys, that is it. That is the end of the season. Round 6 has come to an end. I've had an absolutely fabulous time. And for the final time this season, as always, here for you guys in the UKSR community, from myself, producer Tyler Oldham in the background, take care. Have a great week. And I will, next season in the MX5, see you on the track sometime. Good night.